Here's my shot for PhotoKombat round 1 face-off, and from the pictures hopefully it's easy to see that it is Thor swinging his hammer, hitting a bunch of goons and them flying through the wall. Really simple, really clean. That's the look that I was going for. May have to tweak it a little bit, but yeah, little again BTS. This is what I'm using. Hold this cape up. All that it is just some wax, which I attached to the cape and did it that way. And zoom it out. I like it. I know I'm up against one of the big dogs, Dave Johnson. Really love his stuff. One of the guys that I admire on the a.c.b.a group page. Love his shots. He's all about the clean work as well, and just trying to aspire to get to his level. So I figured, since I'm going to be going up against him, I'll get my work nice and clean. Took me a minute to get that thumb cutout done right. Outlined it with the with a black Sharpie, and yeah, lights, and that one's off. And yeah, I'll tweak it a little bit just to get a little cleaner, but that's the shot that I'm going for. Right, back at it again. Reshot my A side pick. I know I mentioned earlier, I showed you guys the footage of what I wanted for my A side, and I think it was a little too plain, too simple, so I kicked it up a little bit with the props and the dioramas and the backgrounds and the lighting. Must have took over 100 shots just to get the one that I wanted. And I actually showed the original pic to my wife because, you know, obviously as a a.c.b.a artist, you're not above critique. You want everyone to see your work, whether it's a valued member of the community or, you know, someone just a fan looking from the outside. And I always like to get my wife's opinions just to show her what I'm doing, and if it makes sense, without knowing anything about the characters, without knowing anything about the scene, just in general, does it make sense? And the first thing she said to me was, "Dude, clean up your cutout." So I had this cutout, which I lazily did not outline with the Sharpie. She caught that right away, so I know if she caught that right away, then the judges are going to catch that right away. So went back to that, lined up the cutout of this thumb again, and just mess around more. Alright, just give you guys a quick BTS of my my B side, and right away this is about as elaborate as I'm gonna get. If you guys know my shots by now, you guys know I like it. My shots clean, little backgrounds, props as possible. Just focus on the posing. Focus on the clarity, crisp shot. So this is as outlandish as I'm gonna get. And the scene I was going for was, first of all, shout out to my baby brother who was in Japan and grabbed me this Figma Thor. Really great figure. And I guess what I was going for was, if you can tell, Thor smashing and swinging his hammer and hitting a bunch of Hydra goons. I guess this is my version of Face Off. This will probably be my B side. Using the same cutout, added another cutout here, and background. It's just this 1/12 scale little army truck that I've never used in any photos, and flame. And with the shot, the angle I took, just try to make it seem like the hood was on fire. Some props in there, barrel, and just like my A side shot, Same posing for the goons. My little ghetto setup. I got 2 stands propping up. Let's get around here. Each Hydra soldier. So they're sturdy, balanced, and take this cutout here, and I just kind of balance this goon. That's a cool shot. You know, like he just got chucked in the air, and everything is tangible, no effects. Got 3 lights all filtered, above light, left, right, and black felt in the background, and give it that, you know, deep dark look. Props used before, concrete base that I made, another building, brick dio with the hole, giving it that illusion that Thor, boom, coming through. And yeah, it's a wrap. I'm exhausted, not gonna lie. I'm doing this last minute. It's Friday night, 1 a.m. and I'm gonna go to bed. Alright y'all, on to the next one. Another day, another display. Getting ready, well, not getting ready, early stages of my round 2 entry in PhotoKombat. That's if I get past my man Day in round 1, and that's definitely a big if. Voting is ending soon, so I'm just messing around here. Got a little more progress. Balancing balancing these goons on here. Now, the only thing is now I'm not sure how I want to take my shot. I think I might have to zoom it out a little bit. Hopefully that's clear enough. Now that I think about it, this would be a much better video than an actual photo, but I don't know. I'll mess around with it still. Maybe I can get it at a good angle like this. Finalizing my shot here for round 2. Added a couple more goons. Added my cutouts. Switched up Cap's pose. Initially I just had him by himself, lean into his left like he was about to exit the vehicle, but instead I tried to do it where I got a goon strangling his neck. Just give him that more hopelessness feel that he is in fact outnumbered. There's a lot here, and he's got to overcome some odds. So my big thing with this is cutout placement. Normally in all my cutouts, no matter what angle I'm shooting at, the cutout is always level and straight with the photo. So it's kind of having the internal debate whether the cutout should be angled to how the vehicle's facing to give it that that look that it is leaning a little bit, or do I go with my personal practice that I've always done where it's always straight. I think I'm gonna call this a wrap for this setup. Taking about dozens and dozens of pics, and went over a couple on the computer, so I'm pretty confident that I have the pics that I want. Cutout I used, ball of wax. I also use this cutout, ball of wax. I don't know if I showed this before, but this is how I propped up my this little truck that I got. Just, what is this? A little prop from the Dollarama, and I used that on the bottom to prop it up. So other than that, everything else is pretty much NSA in terms of the soldiers. This guy used his hand around the bumper to hold him, and he's just barely touching the ground. This guy, I used his hand here, which was blocking the cutout, or the cutout was blocking his hand, and the little prop there. He was holding it underneath. You can see. Just take him off. This guy, take him off. He's wedged in there pretty good. But the reason why I'm showing you guys this, just to show you that everything can be done tangibly. I don't need any effects. Gonna be a little bit harder, but more satisfying in my opinion. I like this guy. He was just kind of, I made it seem like he was just flying on the edge, but to come off, and all I did was use his wrist joint to his advantage. He's gone. Shield. And this guy, didn't really do too much with him. Just wanted him in the background because it was a lot of blank space when I was shooting from this direction. So just to see that there's another guy there. What up, y'all? Just showing you guys my setup for round 3 of PhotoKombat. The theme for this round was panels, and I did a total of 4 panels. I'm just showing you my last one. The first 3, I mean, were pretty basic, very vanilla. And this was the last and final scene. So in the previous scenes, Mario and Luigi were holding that red shell to a surprise and shock Donnie. Third panel, you got Luigi throwing the red shell, and this is what I created to simulate the impact of a strong shell hit. Little exaggerated, but you know what? It's Mario Luigi. It's Ninja Turtles. I just thought it was a funny pairing. And here is my ECO element cutout. So it's the boom cloud explosion, and I actually got 3 cutouts on it. So it's basically a cutout with 3 cutouts on it, so you guys can see. Using wax to glue the cutouts, or to stick the cutouts on the side. It is stuck on Donnie's shoulder. Same thing with this. I actually ran out of the red wax, so I used blue tack instead. And Donnie is actually on his base. This is the base that he comes with. This is the Revoltech Ninja Turtle. And I used the smoke effects cutouts to hide it. And here's a shot. You know what? I might actually take this angle instead for B-side. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a Dio that I made in the past. Simple garage scene. Got my lighting up here. My little bootleg light stands for these little finger lights that I like to use just to accent the displays. Yeah, it's a wrap. On to the next one.